ready.
Yeah, we don't have. That's still a work in progress.
Yeah.
The girls, we've got 2 girls, 9 and 7. They're in dance, competitive dance, which it takes up a lot of time.
Yeah. We've done different things over the years. It started out kind of that we would have a date night and say, okay, this day, because I work shift work, you have to be working 12 hours. You know, you're working 3 days and then you're off for 2 and then you're working another 3 days or 4 days. So,
Children came in.
and then children come in, so it's a big challenge.
So we have to be
So we intentionally,
intentional. Say we're going to set this area aside, this time aside, and we have the walk for marriage night, we have a family night, and I will say, okay, these are intentional days that we're going to set aside to do that.
So one of the things that we had actually like come across, I don't know whether it was like a book or a therapy or whatever it was talking about from John Gottman, the 6-second rule, which is where kissing for 6 seconds a day. So that was like one of the micro things, and we were like, oh, like, let's try it, because like having a 1-year-old was a lot more crazy than we thought. And we were like, oh, this is like, I can see why it can be really hard to connect. And it was amazing that when we started doing that each day, like it actually, I could feel the difference of just like feeling close and feeling like we, you know, like had a hug kind of thing, and like that there was just like the pause and it didn't feel quite so chaotic.
The fun part is it's usually not 6 seconds. It's 6 long kisses.
Yeah, I forget the seconds, and I'm like, what?
We're really honestly blessed at this stage of our lives because we are retired, although we never want to just sit back and do nothing, but retired from our careers. And so we do have more time to be together, which is important. More time for the things that we enjoy to do or that we want to do that couples don't have if they're working and they've got kids. And certainly we have more time now than we did when we were both working, when all of our kids were at home.
And opportunities like this, like when, there's an opportunity for us to talk about where we are in our marriage and 2 hours to talk about it on camera. Why not? That's time for the 2 of us, too.
We're just trying to figure out our new rhythm, and our new rhythm hasn't really made space for us to be intentional about trying to hang out. But we should. I remind myself to be careful on what I'm saying, because that might bite me later. I can't take back what I said, because I planted a seed, and so I have to be careful on the seeds that I plant.
Not today, at least.
Not today. 1 day without incident. I'm glad.
Starting off the sentence, the story in my head. And that the story in my head is blah, 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 of what the other person, you know, how you interpret what the other person is saying. And that has been a lifesaver for us in communicating, because it helps, like, us kind of lower the guard a little bit of, like, you said this, to being like, this is what I feel like it is. Whether it's not necessarily what you said or what you did say, this is just how my framework and my thought patterns, this is what the story is.
Yeah.
And
it's become less like accusatory or passing on the hot potato to someone or passing the blame on someone. It's become like, because of how I grew up and how I am, because how I perceive things, please help me.
He's more likely the one to call a timeout and say, maybe we need a little break, come back to this later. Sometimes he'll go for a walk.
I usually will put my earbuds in and I'm listening to some gospel songs on my iPhone, and I'll go for about a 45-minute walk.
Depending on how hot the temperature is. It's called drive-through talk. So she would say what the problem is. She'll repeat me to make sure that she's hearing me well. And then we test our listening, because that's where I'm bad at. I'm not a good listener. So this way I'm intentionally trying to listen to her right? So that I know that I got the honest right. So we just want to validate the situation has been taken care of before we leave. And we do that. And all this is just taking time to listen. And it's not that tense environment that we're trying to escalate that tense environment.
Hey friends, we really hope you're enjoying the marriage conversations here on our A Better Us YouTube channel.
We have hundreds of more helpful marriage videos designed to give you hope and tools to make your marriage even better.
Right. And you can see just a few options we think you might like here and here. So keep exploring.
Oh, and make sure you subscribe by clicking here so you don't miss out on all the great marriage help we have coming your way all the time.